What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, Advocate Mnisi exposed Brigadier Gininda that when he arrested Mthobisi Mncube, he arrested the wrong person. So, as you know by now, Mthobisi Mncube is alleged to be one of the intruders that entered the Khumalo house in 2014. So, some of the people that were inside the house, they gave their descriptions of how this dreadlock guy looked, and this is how Mthobisi Mncube was then arrested. So this is what happened.
Now, Longetwala identifies or describes, not identifies, describes the person that had a firearm in possession on that day as a person with dreadlocks and with a dark complexion. That is what it says. Now, you'll do well if you say, I don't know whether I need to speculate or what. If you, we don't want speculation. If you don't have a comment, say I don't have a comment or no answer. But please don't speculate. But this is what Longe says in this statement. Now, again, Longwe also attended an identification parade. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am aware, my lord.
That is the same identification parade that Makumalo also attended, not so?
That's correct, my lord.
Thank you. At the identification parade, Longwe goes and identify the person that is beamed as having number 11 on the screen. That is Mr. Mbata. Longwe says, this is the person who, according to my observation, had a firearm on that day. And this accords exactly with the description that it gave. Dreadlocks and dark in complexion.
My lord, like I said, I don't know where I'm expected to speculate because really, I don't know. I was not part of this ID parade. I did not arrange this ID parade. All I can say is that in all Mr. Longetwala's statements, nowhere does he mention the perpetrator by name. This result is clearly specific that is suspect number 11, Zamambata. He mentions this person by name, and in all his statements, nowhere does he say he knows the person by name.
So here is the thing now, is that on identifying Mbata, Longetwala actually picked the correct person as per his description. He is dark and short, but we all know that right now Mbata was actually innocent and he wasn't involved in any way in this thing. But the underlying issue is that of features. He picked the person as per his description. Yes, he may have picked the wrong person, but as per the way that he described his features to say this guy was dark and short, Mbata perfectly fits like all of those features. So when Gininda now arrests Mthobisi Mncube, yes, he is short, and at one point in his life he had dreadlocks, especially around 2014. But if there is one thing that Mthobisi Mncube is not, is being dark like Mbata. So here, Advocate Mnisi, when he was questioning Brigadier Gininda about these features and how Longetwala identified Mbata, Advocate Mnisi was trying to point out to Brigadier Gininda that in picking Mthobisi Mncube, you actually arrested the wrong person because Mthobisi Mncube is actually light in complexion and not dark. So yes, Longetwala might have picked the wrong person, but he actually picked the correct person as per the features. And if Mthobisi Mncube was actually there on that ID parade, Longetwala was actually not going to pick him because he was actually light in complexion. So the question now goes to Gininda is that why did he not arrest someone who is dark in complexion as per the description of the witnesses of the people who were in the house? Why arrest someone who is actually light in complexion? Because what Longetwala did in picking Mbata is that it also corroborates with the Miss Makumalo, the senior, the mother to kill Khumalo. Makumalo also picked Mbata, and this shows that these two, Longetwala and Makumalo, they had like the same description and the same view of this intruder who actually entered the house. So this intruder who entered the house, He looks like Mbata in terms of the features, but the unfortunate thing is that Mthobisi Mncube, who was arrested, does not have the same features with those of Mbata. So obviously Gininda here, he tried to explain this, but couldn't really explain why he arrested someone who is light in complexion, which is in contrast to what the people in the house saw. Maybe to try and get out of the being cornered like this, Brigadier Gininda could have explained that Longwetwala is actually unreliable witness because he has a money bag in his phone, which was also found in Kelikumalo's phone. So simply relying on what Longwetwala says is unreliable because he might be trying to exonerate this accused. But obviously the challenge with like trying to discard what Longwetwala says is Makumalo. Makumalo also agrees with Longwetwala in terms of the description of the intruder. So here, all in all, Brigadier Gininda was exposed by Advocate Mnisi in that he arrested like the wrong person as per the description of the witnesses of the people who were in the house. So that is the point that Advocate Mnisi was trying to put out to Brigadier Gininda. But obviously Gininda kept on saying that no, the Mpata who was picked was actually the wrong person. So why are we keeping on with this point? Well, the point is on features, not the person in and of himself specifically, but the features of the person. So to actually match what the witnesses in the house saw, Gininda should have found someone who is dark in complexion. So maybe probably Longwetwala and Makumalo couldn't like get the true complexion of the intruder, maybe due to the poor lighting that was in the house and stuff. But these are two people who have described him as dark in complexion. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is that what if Gininda is wrong? Are we going to be headed for another illegal arrest and see the department being sued again? It's 50-50, you never know. But this is what Advocate Mnisi was like trying to expose to Gininda, that you have the wrong person here. So when it comes to the law now, if these 5 who are on the dock right now are acquitted and released as innocent, this might actually be the end of the case and it cannot be opened again for the third time. Remember, the first time it was with Zamogu Hlembata and he was released as innocent. So if these guys are released, then the case will be closed like for good. But if it is maybe in trial within a trial, then the case can be opened again. So that this is the challenge that is there with this case, is that if these guys are not the correct ones and Gininda is the wrong people, then getting justice is going to take a very, very long time, because imagine the uproar that is going to be there in public if they then come out for the third time and say, we have arrested these guys again, other people. The biggest suspicion that will be there is that no, you have the wrong people, you don't have the correct people. You've done this for the second time, and the chances of you getting the wrong person are actually very, very high. So we can probably hope that maybe the state is correct, or maybe even the defense is correct. We never know, but let's just hope that justice will be achieved on this one. So tell me what you think in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.